What's going on, guys? I have another video today for week 1 in the 2012 NFL regular season, and I've talked about this before. I want to do picks and predictions for every game every single week in the NFL. I've wanted to do a lot more NFL based content this year regarding the real NFL games, and so here are my week 1 picks and predictions. I've already done 2 preview videos. I got the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants game wrong, so I'm already 0-1, but I also did the Vikings and the Jaguars. We'll see how that one holds up. But for the rest of the games, here we go. We have Indianapolis at Chicago. I like Chicago in this game because Indianapolis' defense really doesn't have my confidence right now. And Chicago has some new pieces on offense with Alshon Jeffrey, the rookie receiver, as well as the veteran, back with Jay Cutler, Brandon Marshall. I like Chicago, and Andrew Luck's first game as a Colt, 23-17. And then the Philadelphia Eagles against the Cleveland Browns. Philadelphia's just a better overall team. Brandon Weeden making his first NFL start. They still got to get their offense figured out in Cleveland, but they have some pieces on offense, and perhaps they could have a pretty good offense this year if they can get the ball rolling. We like Philadelphia here in week 1, 31-13. They have a lot of offensive firepower, and I expect to see a lot of it in week 1. On to the St. Louis Rams at the Detroit Lions. I like Detroit in this game, although St. Louis had a good offseason. They have Cortland Finnegan and Janoris Jenkins now in their secondary, but I think Detroit's front four is going to get after Sam Bradford. I take Detroit in this game 34-20, and I give the Rams that many points because of a shaky Detroit secondary that also has some injuries in it. We have the Miami Dolphins now against the Houston Texans. I take Houston in this game 27-9. Houston has a great defense, whereas Miami has a lot of holes in that offense. They have Reggie Bush and a lot of uncertainty at receiver and a rookie quarterback starting. I'll take Houston in that one. Then the Atlanta Falcons at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm taking Atlanta over KC 27-17 because of KC's holes in their defense, with possibly missing 6 starters tomorrow, and one of those guys that's been banged up is Brandon Flowers, and they also have to cover Julio Jones, and so I expect Julio Jones and Roddy White to play well tomorrow, and I think that the Atlanta Falcons come out on top. On the Jacksonville and Minnesota, I already made a video talking about this game. I like the Vikings at home in this one, 24-21. Washington at New Orleans. I'll take New Orleans at home in the Superdome. Drew Brees is ready to go, 34-21 against the RG3. Interested to see how that offense does, though, with Mike Shanahan, with Robert Griffin III. They have some good talent, but I want to see how Mike Shanahan really handles that team, along with his son, the offensive coordinator. On to the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. I don't like the Jets offense right now. I'm not a big fan of Sean Green or Santonio Holmes. The quarterback situation is still very shaky, and the Buffalo Bills made their front four better in the offseason as well as their secondary by drafting Stephon Gilmore. I'm taking Buffalo in this one, and I almost made it a shutout victory, but I'm going to give Buffalo the victory in this one, 20-3. On to the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. I'm taking New England in this one, 31-20, because of their talent on offense. They have Gronk, Hernandez, Welker, and Brandon Lloyd. And we'll see how Chris Johnson does this year after a disappointing year last year where he still got 1,000 yards, but he definitely has higher expectations than that with the contract that he signed prior to last season. On to Seattle at Arizona. I'm taking the Seahawks and Russell Wilson getting his first victory as a starter. There's a lot of uncertainty with that Arizona offense. Somebody has to get the ball to Larry Fitzgerald, and John Skelton is starting. We'll see how he does, but I like Seattle in this game. They're one of my dark horses this year, 27-17. San Francisco at the Green Bay Packers. This is one of the best games of the week on paper, a possible NFC Championship game showdown. I like the Green Bay Packers at home, though, 24-20. I want to see how quickly San Francisco's offense can get going with some new talent on that team, but Green Bay's offense is already very good, although San Francisco has a very good defense. On to Carolina at Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa Bay in this one. They have Doug Martin now as their starting running back. They also have Vincent Jackson. They drafted Levante David and Mark Barron. I think Tampa Bay focuses on shutting down Steve Smith and making the Carolina Panthers beat them elsewhere without the deep passing game. I like Tampa Bay in this game, 24-20. On to the Sunday Night Football matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning back into the NFL. He's looked pretty good so far, but I'm taking Pittsburgh in this one because of their tough defense. I want to see them get some pressure on Peyton Manning and see what he does. But we have 2 very good defenses in this game, and I'm taking Pittsburgh 20-17. On to Cincinnati at Baltimore, a big AFC North showdown. I think Baltimore will have a more balanced offense in this game. I'm taking the Ravens 17-13. And then finally, the San Diego Chargers at the Oakland Raiders. San Diego is without Vincent Jackson, of course, because he's now in Tampa Bay, and Vince Brown broke his ankle in the preseason. They're without Ryan Matthews as well. And so I'm taking Oakland in this game, 24-10, with a healthy Darren McFadden, a healthy Carson Palmer. I want to see what the Raiders can do this year. So I'm taking Oakland in the last game of week 1. And so that, guys, is my 2012 NFL predictions for Week 1. I took the Giants in the first game of the season, and I was wrong in that matchup, but my other winners this week are the Bears, Eagles, Lions, Texans, Falcons, Vikings, Saints, Bills, Patriots, Seahawks, Packers, Buccaneers, Steelers, Ravens, and Raiders. And so we'll come here on Tuesday or Wednesday, guys, when the games are over, and I'll recap how my picks went, and then we'll look ahead to Week 2 next week. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought about my picks and have a little bit of discussion in the comment section, but thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week.